Hey friends, welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday. In this video, I am going to be introducing a new sponsor to the channel. I always try to bring in sponsors that I think are relevant to my audience, and this one is no different. We are going to be talking about Let's Get Checked. And Let's Get Checked is a worldwide leader in at-home health tests. They have a whole list of lab tests that you can actually order on your own without a doctor's note, and they send the collection equipment directly to your home discreetly, and you just follow the very simple steps, which I will be showing you in a little bit. You send your sample back, and then in a little while you get your results sent directly to you via email, and you don't ever have to leave your home. They have lots of different tests on their website that you can choose from. They have A1C, cholesterol, even stuff like STD tests that you can do very discreetly. The test I chose to do is the micronutrient test. You guys know that I've been dealing with all kinds of different health issues, trying to get to the bottom of different things, and knowing where my micronutrients are is a very important piece of that. And that's something that I hadn't explored very fully yet. And so I was excited to get the micronutrient panel and kind of see where I'm at. I have some footage now of when I took the test. I know sometimes it can sound intimidating to take your own blood sample, but they made it so easy with all the equipment and the instructions that they give. But I did want to mention right here that I do have a discount code for you guys. If you decide to try Let's Get Checked, you can go to trylgc.com/indigo, and then at checkout, use the coupon code indigo25, and that will give you 25% off your first order. But within that first order, you can order as many tests as you want. I will also have that link and coupon code down in the description. All right, so this is my first time doing a Let's Get Checked test here from home. So I'm just gonna bring you along with me. We'll figure it out together. I have already activated my test online. On the back of this card is a specific number for my test. So I just entered that in when I was prompted, and the test is activated. So there's pickup or drop-off instructions for UPS. Here's my instructions. Activate the kit online, already done. Fill in your details on the biohazard bag, which is here. I'm just gonna write in my info there. Okay, so we have this. We have, I already washed my hands, so we're all good there. Alcohol prep pads, looks like a Band-Aid or something. Gauze. And then these, which, what are they called? Oh, lancets, that's what I was thinking they were called. Oh, and then this little blood collection tube. Okay, I have already done everything up to step 3. I activated my kit. I know what I'm doing for the UPS return, and I've read the instructions about when to collect my sample. The only thing that I had to worry about is doing this test, since it's the micronutrient test, doing it at least 8 hours after I had a supplement including B7, I think it was. And I do have B7 in my athletic greens, so I made sure not to take that this morning. I will take it later after the test. Okay, so I'm gonna open this and set it here. And I am going to take the phlebotic assistant, unhook the pull tab, and remove and dispose of the red cap. So it just pulls like this. And take off the red and discard before use. So I'm putting my ring finger on the phlebotic assistant and supporting it with my thumb and securing, whoa, it's a vibrator. That is so weird. Okay. Okay, now it's vibrating. Place your hand down by your side for at least 2 minutes. There's the lancet. It's got the needle in there. Press down firmly until you hear it click. Okay. I'm supposed to wipe away the first drop of blood. There we go. Lightly tap the droplets into the collection tube. Come on, drop in there. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. Do not squeeze. Must be filled to the top line. All right, I think I got it up to the top line there, so I'm gonna call that good. Whew, and I'm gonna remove my phlebotic assistant. You were very helpful, phlebotic assistant. Now I'm going to put the lid back on my vial, blood collection vial. Press down firmly until you hear a click. Oh, there we go. That was it. Click. Mix the sample. Turn the tube upside down 10 times to mix the sample. Ensure the blood collection tube is properly closed before you do this. Place the blood collection tube in the biohazard bag. Okay. Okay, that is all there is to it. I am going to run this to the UPS store and then just wait for my results. So I sent off my sample, and shortly after I got an email with my results. What the micronutrient panel tests is magnesium, copper, zinc, selenium, vitamin D, vitamin B12, and vitamin E. So I am just going to go over my results here, and I will try to put them up on the screen so you guys can see as well. First off is magnesium. I was in the normal range for magnesium. The reference range is 16 to 26, and I was at 24.58, so towards the higher end of normal. Very happy about that. Next up is copper, and there is a movement going on right now that really is focusing on copper as being the core reason for iron deficiency. If I'm understanding it right, the idea is that iron deficiency isn't really the problem. It's more a problem of other micronutrient deficiencies like copper. And if those other micronutrients are adequate in your body, then you won't have an iron deficiency. So I've had lots of people tell me that my iron issues are because I'm deficient in copper, and that I shouldn't be supplementing with iron, that I shouldn't get iron infusions, but I should just supplement with copper. So this is a very interesting test for me to take. On my test results here, my copper was at 1.3, and that's UG per ml. And the reference range on copper is 0.72 to 1.36 UG per ml. And so I'm actually on the higher end of normal when it comes to copper. So I do believe that for some people, copper deficiency can be the cause of their iron deficiency or their anemia. But for me, I'm very confident that that is not the case. My copper levels are in a very good range, and becoming copper toxic is a problem. That's not something that you want to do. So if I had just blindly started supplementing with copper, I could have done some very serious damage to my body because I'm already in the higher range of normal. So while I appreciate that people are looking for alternative things to conventional wisdom that maybe isn't as helpful as we would hope, it is important not to just say overarchingly that for everyone this is the case. For me, I'm finding that copper and the other micronutrients involved in iron recycling don't seem to be the thing that's causing my iron issues. Next up is zinc, and that is another one of the micronutrients that are involved in iron recycling. So again, another one that I was very interested in. My level was 113.7 UG per DL, and the reference range is 60 to 120. So again, I'm on the higher end of normal for zinc. Then on to selenium. My level was 180.05 Ng per ml. And that one came up as high because the reference range is 70 to 139. So the only selenium that I am supplementing with is whatever is in the athletic greens I take in the morning. I do know that I eat a lot of selenium-rich foods, so that could just be why my level is a little bit higher, but I did find it interesting that my level was high. The next one on the list is vitamin D, and this is another one that came up as high. And my levels of vitamin D have gone up since I started supplementing probably 6 months ago or so, because they were low. I forget how low they were. It was like maybe in the 40s range, which is not terrible, but it's not ideal. And I wanted to get up at least past 60. And so I've been keeping my eye on my vitamin D levels for a while. And last time I got them checked was, I think it was September, and I think it was 84 at that point. So my level is still going up. And basically what that tells me is that I can just kind of cut back on the amount that I've been supplementing, because I've been adding the vitamin D3 drops to my athletic greens in the morning, and I can just reduce that, which is great because that saves me money. Next up is vitamin B12, and this is another one that actually came up as high for me. So the only supplemental vitamin B12 that I take is, again, what's in my athletic greens, which isn't a huge amount, but I do eat a animal-based diet, and animal foods are high in vitamin B12, so that may be what accounts for the high B12. I did get my B12 tested back in September, and back at that point, they were only at a 751. So they have increased quite a bit in the last, let's see, September, October, November, 3 to 4 months. So that makes me happy. That gives me a clue that maybe my digestion, I'm starting to absorb nutrients better. That would be great. Hopefully I can get to the point of being able to absorb iron from my food well and from my supplementation. That's been the biggest struggle that I've had so far. But the fact that my B12 has doubled in the past few months, I think is a good sign. And I actually, because of these results that I got with the micronutrient test, I am considering either cutting down my athletic greens dose in half or just starting to take it every other day, because I seem pretty topped off on a lot of these things. And if that can, save me the money of not having to order as much of the supplement, that's great. Last thing on the list is vitamin E, and they have alpha vitamin E and gamma vitamin E. And I don't personally know the details about vitamin E. All I know is that for the alpha, I was on the very high end of normal. And then on vitamin E gamma, I was at 428 when the reference range is just anything less than 6,000. So like I said, not up on all the vitamin E stuff. If anybody has any insight on that, I would love to hear it. So those are my micronutrient results. I'm excited to kind of keep an eye on them and just see how things change as I continue to heal my gut, hopefully eradicate SIBO, just see how I'm able to start absorbing nutrients. It will be very interesting to follow. Again, if you want to try Let's Get Checked, you can get 25% off of your first order, unlimited number of tests in your first order, and you can get 25% off of all of them. Go to trylgc.com/indigo and use the coupon code indigo25 at checkout for the 25% discount. Thanks so much to Let's Get Checked for sponsoring today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in the next one.